So this year's Met Gala theme is costume art, and on the surface it sounds kind of simple, almost like fashion is art, because yeah, that's basically the dress code too, but once you actually break it down, it's a lot more layered than people think. The 2026 Met Gala is tied to the Costume Institute's exhibition, also called Costume Art, and the whole idea is basically exploring how clothing interacts with the human body through art history. Not just fashion history, art history, including paintings, sculptures, anatomy studies, all of it. And that's important because this isn't a random theme. The Met is literally framing fashion as something that has always existed inside art, not outside of it. So what does costume art actually mean? At its core, the theme is about the dressed body. That means instead of treating clothes like just outfits, the exhibition looks at how humans have been represented through clothing and art for centuries. Think about Renaissance paintings where fabric is doing just as much storytelling as the faces. Sculptures where drapery defines power, status, or divinity. Even anatomical studies where the body itself is the canvas. So when public figures step onto the Met Gala carpet this year, they're basically being asked to treat their body like a part of an art piece, not just wear something pretty. And why does this theme feel different from past Met Galas? If you've been watching the Met Gala themes over the years, you know they're usually super specific. Camp, heavenly bodies, Karl Lagerfeld, gilded glamour. Those come with very clear visual directions. But costume art is way more open-ended. It's less about one aesthetic and more about interpretation, which means we're probably going to see everything from sculptural outfits to looks inspired by classical paintings, maybe even surreal body distortion pieces. Basically, it's giving designers full creative freedom, which is exciting, but also kind of unpredictable. The historical context that makes it interesting. Now, what makes this theme low-key deep is that it connects to a long-running debate in fashion history. Is fashion actually art? I mean, I guess it's kind of like how people ask themselves, is cheerleading a sport? For a long time, fashion was treated more like a craft or commerce, not fine art. But over time, especially in the 20th and 21st century, that line started blurring. Designers like Alexander McQueen and Thierry Mugler basically challenged the idea that clothing is just functional. They turned it into storytelling, sculpture, and performance. So now the Met is kind of officially stepping in and saying, yeah, fashion has always been art. You were just late to the conversation. The bigger idea. The Met Gala always reflects how fashion sees itself at that moment in time, and costume art feels like a statement that fashion is no longer asking for permission to be included in art because it's always been there. So when people show up on that carpet, they're not just dressing for a theme, they're basically stepping into a conversation that has been happening for centuries between art, identity, and the human body. If we're reading the theme correctly, the red carpet could go in a few different directions. Like I said, sculptural gowns that look like museum installations, outfits inspired by anatomy, bodies, or historical paintings, and probably some celebrity looks that lean into wearable art more than fashion. So yeah, this year's Met Gala isn't really about a trend or aesthetic, it's about interpretation, and that's why it might end up being one of the most creative or chaotic years we've seen in a while. I have been your host, Akaira Lee, and this has been Let's Talk Couture.